Slalom sitting category. We'll get back underway with Momoka Muraoka of Japan, 17 years of age, in her first major competition, her first Winter Paralympics. And Muraoka has won a giant slalom this year on the World Cup Tour, running Copper Mountain in the United States back in January, so she does have some form on in this discipline. Lana Nichols of the United States sets the best times, 1:33.49, the only skier to complete the course so far. The wind has been causing a little bit of chaos with gates and the finishing banner. Finishing banner is now being removed, but Muraoka coming towards this very difficult lake jump pitch, and opting by the looks of things just to make sure of these gates rather than try and ski it too quickly. And 59.42 is Alana Nichols' time, and Muraoka is outside it, but not by much, 2.5 seconds. Now, what can she do on this bottom pattern of gates on this giant slalom specific piste? And using this part of the run rather than the slope of the deer jump, which is very steep and very, very difficult. It makes for a much better, cleaner course. It gets more rhythm. 1:33.49 comes and goes, but Muraoka has skied it sensibly, and she stops the clock at 1:37.40, goes second. So next to go, Kimberly Joins of Canada.
Let's go, Kim.
33 years of age. She missed the Vancouver Winter Paralympics with a broken hip, so this is her first games. She's a bronze medalist in giant slalom from the La Molina World Championships in Spain last year, and she's a little late in the line. A lot of the turn being done after the gate, and as a result she's skiing a longer route, which combined over 47 gates will add a bit of time. Fairly bumpy down this part of the track, but she's skiing it well, very fluent down the lake jump, and as a result is 2.42 inside the pace of Nichols. And Joins looks somewhat quicker than the rest. Nichols and Muraoka in the LW11 class, for those that have good upper trunk functionality, movability. But for the LW12 classes, for those time for even better maneuverability and trunk stability, and Joins is 3.05 inside the time of Joins. We have a new leader, and the Canadian team at the bottom enjoyed that, as did Joins. Next to go is Claudia Loesch of Austria, the para world champion in this discipline. She won 4 medals in Vancouver at the Winter Paralympic Games there. She's just won 1 here, a silver in Super G. Now Loesch, who had a big fall on the lake jump pitch in the Super G leg of the Super Combined on day 7 of competition. Interesting to see how she sees that part of the track. Oh, she's coming into it less aggressively than she has done. And the speed will increase pretty quickly down this pitch. .36 off the pace at the first and only time check, and she's going to be pushed maybe to get inside Muraoka's time of 1:37.4. Now, can she let the monoski go down this final pattern of gates? Lowstand, 5 gates from home. 1:30.44 comes and goes. Muraoka 1:37.4. She's going to be inside that. 5.65. She's in by 1.4 seconds on Muraoka anyway. And perhaps a little tentative given the nature of her wipeout in the Super G of the Super Combined. Well, Anna Schaffelhuber wastes no time in leaving the gate. The 4-time gold medalist from these Winter Paralympics. Can't wait to get going once again. She is the World Cup leader, or World Cup winner in giant slalom, having won 4 out of 4 races that she raced. There were 7 in total on the tour. She won 4 of them, 2 in North America, 1 in Panorama, 1 in Copper Mountain, and 2 in Europe, 1 in Tignes in France, and the 4th and final giant slalom for these games in St. Switzerland. Silver medalist at the World Championships, the Power World Championships in La Molina. Look how bumpy it is on that pitch. Now, Joins has the best time, 57 dead, and Schaffelhuber, well, she's outside it by 1.5 seconds. So Anna Schaffelhuber has a lot of work to do here. She's spoken or given flash quotes after every first run of the combined competitions, such as slalom and super combined. It'll be interesting to see what she's got to say after this first run. She's starting to let it run a little bit better now. Now 1:30.44. Schaffelhuber is going to be outside. She's not going to lead. She's going to have to come from 1.16 back. She's second for the time being. Schaffelhuber, well, no, she's got a job on her hands here. Laurie Stevens of the United States of America, second in the giant slalom on the World Cup this season. And Stevens, a silver medalist in giant slalom from Turin. She's won a couple of bronze medals here already in downhill and Super G, but how will she fare on what many believe to be the hardest discipline of all, the giant slalom, which combines the speed with the technical skills of being able to nail and carve your turns. She's very mentally strong, having won the second of her 2 bronze medals after 2 of her teammates have been helicoptered off the mountain. And Stevens is going to be some way off the pace of Joins, whose time is looking better and better. Schaffelhuber, the outstanding athlete on paper coming into this race, but Joins has dug deep and found an excellent first run. So Stevens, coming into the final few turns. 1:30.44 is not going to be beaten. Where is she going to slot in? The 6th skier of the 12 in this category is going to slot into 6th place, 7.82 off the pace. So it's wide open. Joins to Nichols in 3rd is 3.05 seconds. So next out of the start gate will be Anna Turney of Great Britain. Twice 4th in giant slalom at the Para World Championships in 09 and 11. We pick her up now off the backside of the Bear's Brow jump. And a lot of the athletes don't seem to be going as quickly as we have seen them previously. And Turney goes down in the worst possible place. She's lost all her momentum. She's gently rocking herself to try and get the sit ski going. It's almost deadpan flat here. And that has really cost her. There is a big rut there, and he is the only one of the 7 to have got that far, to have found it. So real disappointment for Anna Turney. There's big gaps at the top of the leaderboard. She will be bottom of the pile after this first run. Well, certainly bottom of the 7 that have finished so far. Will probably get in front of Fredriksdotter and Olsen Ada of Iceland and Sweden, the last 2 to go. Now she's got the rhythm going, but it's all too little too late, sadly, for Anna Turney of Great Britain. Here she comes into the finish then, 2 from home, and she'll stop the clock at 1:55.41, 24.97 off the pace. And that's home by her supporters. She'll be very disappointed.
How did that happen to me just now?
Annalena Forster of Germany, the next to go. The first Winter Paralympic Games for the 18-year-old. And she has 2 silver medals to her name in slalom and super combined. And here she comes into the lake jump pitch. She's been fairly bold down here in previous runs, and she continues to be so. Good work from Forster, but joins his time. Wow, she's 4.44 seconds the wrong side of the clock, and maybe, just maybe, the techs have used the wrong type of wax on the skis of Forster and Schaffelhuber. That combined with an aggressive run by Joins will give the Canadian the box seat in the second run. I didn't see the top half of the run from Forster. There may have been a mistake up there, but Joins sees off another racer, and 4th for Forster, 5.33 off the pace. So Yoshiko Tanaka of Japan. Slalom is her best discipline, so she's got the technical ability to turn. Can she find the speed that's required for giant slalom? And she's run late in the line. She's hard on the edge coming to the Bear's Brow, but she's set up high on the blue gate. Gets a speed check in before the red one. And everybody being certainly a lot more tentative than they have been on previous days of competition in the women's sitting category. Only 2 medals decided in the super combined, so perhaps a number of coaches have told their athletes not to put it all out on the first run and just see what happens, because there's a chance for a medal. But with everybody taking that tactic, we're going to get a full field at the bottom, and Tanaka now lets it run, but so tentative. She's 12 seconds off the pace. Well, Kimberly Joins of Canada looks to have got the tactics spot on in this first run of the women's giant slalom sitting category. Tanaka, the 9th of 12 to ski this first run. Lines up the finishing turns, and well, she's going to slot into 8th place. Tanaka finishes over 17 seconds off the pace, or 16.82 off the pace. She slots into 8th, turning now down into 9th. Victoria Pendergast of Australia now in the start hut, her first major competition. 23 years of age. Pendergast again trying not to go full bore. And sets herself up for the late jump. The quickest skiers will go in reverse order on the second run. So Schaffelhuber will have to put in a second run charge to make up 1.16 seconds, put some pressure on Joins, see if she can stand up to it. Joins was second in a giant slalom race on Homestay Panorama back in January, so she has been in the mix in the giant slalom of the World Cup, but this is the Winter Paralympic Games. It's a whole different ball game. The biggest medal available. Now Pendergast. Where will she slot into the order? Tanaka's 1:47.26, Stevens 1:38.26. And Pendergast stops the clock at 1:54.37.23.93. A second quicker than Anna Turney. Another big mistake, so Pendergast not going at full tilt in that opening run. Now, Erna Fredriksdottir of Finland, 26 years of age, only racing the technical disciplines of slalom and GS. First Icelandic athlete to compete at the Winter Paralympic Games. Didn't finish the GS in Vancouver. Now, 57 seconds was the time of Joins at the intermediate, and Fredriksdottir doing a fairly good job of those difficult technical turns on the backside of the late jump. She'll stop the clock 14 seconds off the pace. And that's good enough for 9th. Put in front of Pendergast and Turney. Now Fredriksdottir. sizing up the finishing turns. And she will make it home in a time of 1:49.53. And she goes ninth between Tanaka and Pendergast. So that leaves one to come at the top of the hill, and it is this lady here, Linja Ottosson-Ede of Sweden, 20 years of age. Set herself a goal of winning a medal in 2018 in Pyeongchang. So here she is just after the pitch of the Bear's Brow jump, the last skier of the first run in the standing and the sitting category. Now, Ottosson-Ede there's not a lot of speed coming into this final pitch. That will change now as the ground drops away. Ottosson-Ede makes it through those, well, this is the fourth of the very difficult gates, makes it through the four difficult gates, and now can let it run. And then she'll drop off to the left. In the downland Super G, they went straight on through that red netting on the right of screen, but here in the giant slalom they cut off left and go through this gap in the trees. And the 20-year-old from Sweden gets herself into this finishing pattern of gates. Sets up for the finish now, 6 gates from home. And she is going to slot into 12th place on a turning 1:55.41. Ottosson-Ede stops the clock at 2 minutes, 13 seconds, 0.1, 12th position for the young Swedish skier. So let's have a look then at the standings after the first run of the women's giant slalom sitting category. And Kimberly Joins of Canada leads the way, perhaps somewhat of a surprise. Anna Schaffelhuber of Germany in second. Alana Nichols, returning from her big crash in the Super G, sits in third, with Annalena Forster of Germany in fourth. Big time gaps at the top, 3 seconds separate the top three.